Alright guys, and in this video I'm going to upgrade the handlebars on this Trek Sky. So you can see the handlebars are really narrow at 600 millimeters or 60 centimeters, and quite tall too. So what I'm gonna do is, well, one other thing here, handlebars are 1 inch, so 25.4 millimeter. The standard for most mountain bikes today, I mean, if not all of them, is 31.8. So in order to do this upgrade, what I'm going to have to do is make sure that I replace two things. One is the handlebar itself, and second, I'm going to have to replace the stem as well. With this being at 25.4, I need that extra 6.4 millimeter to make it happen. And this is the regular 1 1/8 steer, so I should have no problem attaching a normal stem to it. So what I plan to install here is, I know it's a Bontrager branded handlebar. This is a carbon bar. I bought it off of eBay. It was fairly cheap, 30 bucks I believe. It's a 700 millimeter bar. As you can see, it's 31/8. 700, and I have 5 degrees back sweep. This is a flat bar, no rise. I'm trying to do here to lower the bars a bit. It's too much of an upright position right now with the current bars. First thing in doing this will be removing the controls, and then of course I'm just going to remove the handlebar, finally the stem. But the first thing will be removing the handlebar, the controls from the handlebars. The one main reason why I can do this and keep everything the same, it's because the dimension here of the handlebar is actually the same, which is 22.8 or something like that millimeters. And I measured these two, and they're fairly close. They're about half a millimeter of each other. In order to remove the grip, all you have to do is just squeeze it under. Squeeze your compressor nozzle right under the grip. As you release it, it starts floating. Here we go. I was mentioning the exact dimension here, and if you look at the old bars, these are 22 millimeters, really. If you look at my carbon bar, is look at that. So I can use the same controls, which makes this a very cheap upgrade. I do have to remove this particular screw here. This is the steering column cap. And next up are going to be my 2 screws right here. And they should come up right away. Voila! And I actually decided to have a little one of these spacers up top. It's not a big spacer, it's a 5 millimeter one, and I moved it up just because the stack of spacers at the bottom was just too much. It was more than an inch, I think. What I need here is the 5 millimeter Allen key. And I'm just going to tighten this up until I feel resistance. You want to make sure that the steering is nice and clean and smooth and is not binding in any way, shape, or form. So once you're happy with that, just a tiny bit of tension. When it starts getting hard, just stop. And that's when you can start tightening up your stem, and this is the time when it's a good idea to make sure that is in line with your wheel. That's my 6 Newton meter here. Done. So with the stem in place, now I'm ready to take care of the handlebar. This ones require 5 Newton meter torque, and also the other thing that you're trying to accomplish here, you see that little gap, top and bottom? You want to make sure that when you tighten this up, you have equal space up top. Use normal to remain a little bit of a gap up here. You want to make sure that when you're tightening this, you have almost the same gap top and bottom. Okay, with this being a carbon bar, which means that you can't really exceed that 5 Nm of clamp force, you would need something like this, which is a fiber grip. I've already applied that compound onto the stem. Imagine grease mixed with sand. That's what it feels like on hand. And what it does, you can hear it. It just gives you that extra grip here. So this is a time to adjust your angle of the handlebar here, and also it would be important to make sure you have equal distance between the stem and the end of the bar. In this case, I have the two markings. Some others don't, so just make sure you measure from here all the way to the end of the bar. Just make sure it's the same. And here's my torque wrench set up for 5 Nm. Just go in a crisscross pattern. 5. 5 again. I'm good to go. Just going to put the controls back on, and I'm in business. This is pretty much it with the controls in place and the cables routed nicely. I am ready to take it for a spin. I'll probably keep this set up for a couple of weeks of riding before deciding on whether the handlebars are a bit too long, in which case I would just shorten the ends a little bit. A couple of rides in and everything works fine. The only difference that I made, I raised the stem all the way up here, so I put all the spacers underneath. All in all, great upgrade. It gives me a lot more flexibility. If I was to do it again, I would probably go with the riser bar versus just flat bar. Anyway, hope you found this useful. This was an interesting project for me, and until next time, thanks for watching.